this is Mrs. Appel. As many of you know, the first chapters of textbooks tend to be introductory. This is true of your educational psych book. All information included will be discussed several more times throughout the book. I would like to take a moment and talk about reflective teaching. I'm going to use a concept map from CourseMate to guide my discussion. In Chapter 1, the book discusses teaching being an art versus teaching being a science. I think most teachers would agree that teaching is a combination of both. Snowman defines teaching as a way of teaching that blends artistic and scientific elements through thoughtful analysis of classroom activity. How do you do this? Let's look at the concept map. First, stepping into the classroom, we set up, or our school sets up, student learning outcomes. Okay. Or objectives for the class you're teaching. These learning outcomes should guide your classroom instruction and the way that you assess learning. For example, if a learning outcome for your classroom is that students know what the definition of educational psych is, your formal assessment should include a question that probes their understanding of that terminology. Another thing to establish before classroom instruction is classroom atmosphere. When thinking about classroom atmosphere, we need to take into account the age of your students, their ability, and the structure that will allow them an optimal learning experience. If students are learning a new concept, it would probably be better to have preliminary lecture and, depending on the discipline, hands-on experience. Once they have some knowledge, we can have group activities and peer instruction. The atmosphere chosen should be based on research. Okay, now we are in the classroom. You have your lesson plan in hand and are ready to go. Say this is the first time you have taught this lesson. You have thought about how much time each element will take, lecture, discussion, practice, etc. The bell rings and you start lecturing. You look around the classroom and you see that several students look confused. You think to yourself, how can they be confused? I explained the concept thoroughly. You stop and allow students to ask questions. A student raises her hand and says she is still confused. You didn't really allow for time to explain the concept in a different way. What do? This is where the art of teaching comes in. You adjust your lesson. As a teacher, you will need to be quick on your feet and modify your lesson to accommodate for students' needs. Maybe one of your classes will instantly get a concept and another will need much more time to understand. As a teacher, you need to be aware of your students' needs and adjust accordingly. Some things will work well and others will not. You might try a discussion topic in class and it goes disastrously wrong. Should you use it again? No. Some things need to be modified, some things need to be trashed. After school is done, you're driving home thinking about the day. Why are my students having trouble with this concept? You get on your computer and find resources for teachers in the same discipline that have found methods for teaching that concept that work in their classroom. You decide to try out that method tomorrow. This is what a reflective teacher does. You have a plan, see how the plan works, and modify it accordingly. When I talk to my colleagues, we joke about how we never truly are done working. There is always some new research we could be reading, some new assignments, video, lesson we could incorporate into our lessons. This is what a reflective teacher does. They are constantly modifying and changing to meet the needs of their students by incorporating methods of teaching that will help them meet learning outcomes.